Ghost Rider issue number 14 from Marvel Comics. So this is looking to be the second to last issue of this series, which is very, very unfortunate. Basically, at the end of this issue, it says to be concluded. So I'm guessing issue number 15 is going to be the final Ghost Rider issue until they eventually decide to bring Ghost Rider back, which is a shame because I really, really enjoyed this series. It's been amazing. It's had its ups and downs, but mostly a lot of ups. So I guess a quick recap. So Danny has been working with this group called Infernal Labs, and they're basically like studying hell and demons and stuff. And they make a promise to Danny that they can get rid of his Ghost Rider powers, which he considers to be a curse, which is kind of weird because as far as I know, didn't he not really see the Ghost Rider powers as a curse? Isn't it Johnny that sees it as a curse, but Danny's more than okay with using it? But also, doesn't Danny not have the spirit of vengeance anymore? As far as I know, he has the spirit of corruption. He doesn't have the spirit of vengeance. But I guess he has both, because here we see him, he starts turning into the spirit of corruption at first, but then he turns into the spirit of vengeance. And they're basically siphoning the power every time he morphs into the Ghost Rider. Again, it's supposed to be like, we're going to be helping you. But later it turns out that the lead scientist is actually siphoning this power into a giant mech that she's going to use. So her story is that she had a brother. One day while she was like at med school or something, she was at college. Her brother was, I guess, maybe at a restaurant or somewhere with her dad. And he went into the bathroom. And while he was in the bathroom, there was some guy scrubbing his hands fiercely and saying that like he's unclean. There's no way to get it off because it's inside him. And this guy looks like reptilian. He looks really messed up. And he sees the young brother, and he realizes that the only way to get rid of this corruption is to corrupt someone else. So he puts that corruption on the young brother. The dad eventually goes into the bathroom to see what's taking his son so long, and sees his son washing his hands in the sink with the reptilian eyes and stuff. And so we get a hint that he's probably in hell, because in this issue she is talking to herself and she's explaining that she's using the Ghost Rider powers to power up this mech so that she can pilot it, open up the gates of hell, go inside hell, and get her brother back. I have a feeling that's not going to turn out well for her. So a lot of this is Danny heavy. It's basically just a lot of that and what's been going on with him in the past few months. So in the past few months working with Infernal Labs, they've been running all these tests on him. The Dr. DU, gets the call, and basically he's from the government. And they say, we're funding you. We're funding Infernal Labs and your research and stuff on the grounds that when we tell you to, you will send Ghost Rider on missions that we need you to complete. And so as they're running these tests on him, in between breaks, they're sending him off on these missions all over the world, and they're controlling him. And so what they're doing is they have this helmet on his head that looks kind of like the Weapon X helmet that was put on Logan, and they're sending this frequency waves, and the waves are means to control Danny when he's powered up as the Ghost Rider. And Johnny and Talia have kind of figured out that there's something wrong. Like they know that Danny is involved in this. They believe he's being controlled, and they find out that it's through this weird frequency. And so Johnny turns into the Ghost Rider, sends a message to Infernal Labs, and somehow they send one back, and it knocks Johnny out for a couple of days. And that's how we see him. We see him pass out in a motel, and Talia wakes him up and basically says, hey, you've been down for 3 days. The dark signal really messed with you. But we know where they're keeping Danny. He's in the city in California. So before we hit the road, go take a shower because you smell like roadkill. And so he goes to take a shower, and then Talia shows up naked, and they have shower sex. And that's pretty much the only action that we get in this entire issue. Other than like small one panel flashbacks of Danny fighting demons, the only action we really get is Johnny having shower sex with his big Tatty Goth GF. So I'll probably be using that as a thumbnail because I know you degenerates will click it as soon as you see it. But it's not clickbait because it's in this issue. I'm not lying to you. That's pretty much the only action that we get is we get shower sex. And yeah, afterwards she reveals that she stole a motorcycle for Johnny. And so the two of them ride off to California where they are going to confront Infernal Labs and try to save Danny from being mind controlled. And that's kind of it. Like I said, most of it was just kind of flashbacks of Danny. And not only was it just like a lot of talking and just kind of lore dumping on us, but we also get a side story with Taiguchi, aka Taiwan, who I don't give a crap about. So yeah, we get a story of him with meeting Johnny Blaze in this. So how this connects to the Ghost Rider series, it doesn't. I guess maybe they're going to be releasing a Taiguchi series soon, and they're just trying to drum up some hype for it or something. I don't know. I don't care. The story itself was kind of lame. And the funny thing is, like, if you're trying to do this to kind of hype up Taiguchi, you kind of did a poor job because Taiguchi doesn't do anything. The entire issue is like him being haunted by like this ghost creature, and then the ghost creature confronts Johnny Blaze and Taiguchi and mind controls all these people like at this pier to attack them. And then eventually it mind controls Taiguchi, but Ghost Rider is able to use his powers to stop it, and then he destroys the ghost demon. So Taiguchi doesn't do anything. So it's like, all right, we're going to cut an actual good series in half so we can shove in this guest story that has nothing to do with the series. And this the star, the cameo in this, the guest star in this little segment does nothing whatsoever. He kind of just gets in the way. Johnny Blaze saves the day. So, well, at least Johnny Blaze like is doing Ghost Rider stuff and being like a hero in this, because I was kind of expecting like, I don't know, with modern comics, I'm just glad we didn't get like guest starring Miss Marvel, and Miss Marvel comes in and saves the day and basically kicks ass, and Johnny just sits there in the sidelines clapping and telling Miss Marvel how awesome she is and how great she is and how she's so much better than him. Thankfully we didn't get that, but yeah, it's like the series is already coming to an end. Like I said, next issue is going to be the conclusion. At least that's the way this is set up. It says to be concluded. Just so if you're going to end the series, just why are you going to cut this issue in half to tell another side story that has nothing to do with the series? Just leave that for something else. Like, just give me my 2 full issues left so for me to enjoy before I have to find something else to read, because yeah, there's nothing else from Marvel that's really caught my interest. The only thing from the big 2 that caught my eye recently was Superboy, because I've always been a fan of Connor. Well, I've been a fan of like the 90s version, the OG Superboy, or at least the OG 90s Superboy from the Death of Superman event. The suit with the leather jacket and the cool sunglasses. That Superboy. I love that version. So when I found out he had his own series, I was like, cool, let's check it out. First issue was good. Started off kind of like Superboy meets Dragon Ball Z with just like alien space battles. Second issue was kind of lame, and I feel like the issue just is going to drop off by the third issue. So that's out of the question. So yeah, if you got any like recommendations for comics that you think are good, let me know. If you got any like old school stuff that I should read, especially just like single issue stuff, that way I can just do like a quick retro review for, not something where I have to read like an entire event or entire arc or like an entire series, but just something like basically with old school comics, each issue was kind of like a self-contained story. At least a lot of them were. So if you got stuff like that you think I might enjoy, let me know, because I would love to do more retro reviews. But yeah, like other than that, I might have to switch to just more manga stuff, because I'm kind of losing a lot of interest in most of these modern comics coming out. They're not really all that great. And Ghost Rider was one of them. But unfortunately, it's coming to an end. which makes me very sad. So yeah, I guess if I were to grade this one, I would give it a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10 if I'm being super generous. But it's a good issue. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's just good. I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that it's just a lot of talking. It's a lot of setup. This issue basically is just a huge setup for issue 15. So I get that, you gotta build up for the final confrontation, the big battle. But at the same time, like, it would have been nice if we did just a little bit more. I don't know, maybe like as we're setting up, as they're on their way to California, they come across something and, they have to solve that case, or we get like another cool fight. Or maybe just, I don't know, maybe we get to see more of Danny's fights, like Danny's fighting in the past during his flashbacks. Maybe like it means something, like we see more of what's been going on with him rather than just like one panel battles. Because yeah, other than all the talking, as I said before, the only action is shower sex, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you want your Ghost Rider to have a lot of talking, this is a good issue for you. If you want your Ghost Rider to do actual ghost riding things and fighting demons and stuff, then I guess just wait for the next issue. But there you go. There's Ghost Rider issue number 14. It was okay. It was good. 6 out of 10. Hopefully the next issue will be better. Hopefully we're going to end this series with a bang. Have it go out in style, And fingers crossed we don't have to wait long for another Ghost Rider. Because, Ghost Rider is like one of my favorite comic book characters. And I want to just read more of him. So hopefully we get more of him in the near future. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.